Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. I've got something to share here, and it's my entry to Seriously Scrapping, who's Irene here on YouTube Craftland, and she's based here in Australia. I'm going to leave the link to all the information in the description box below, and then you can go and check it out. But it's very worthwhile. Irene is just a fantastic crafter all around. So and she also has a very great exhibit store that I always like to stroll through and have a look what she's got. So Irene, my entry is going to come in my fabric swatch that I made, and it just happens to read Timeless Treasures. I mean, how appropriate is that? You can use this fabric swatch in any way you like. It's an A4 size, so it's made from all my scraps. It's covered with very pale blue organza. And yes, I don't throw my scraps away, so it's all in here. So feel free to use however you wish. It is fully, padded inside, so it'll make a beautiful journal cover or tags. My entry, it's a bit of a grunge look, vintage grunge I suppose you could call it. I like to experiment a bit more with this because I really like this sort of style. 3 pockets, and I got this idea from Wendy Mason. She had her pockets down the sides like this, so thank you Wendy for that inspiration. Made a little notebook just on here, and a little tag. This was actually gifted to me, so I can't remember. It's one of the ladies in the Facebook group from Junk Journals Down Under. I made this tag, and I had this cardstock, and I've just never knew when to use it, so here it is. And I've popped on some coffee dyed paper on the back. Pretty little image from a magazine. All the images on this are from a magazine because I don't buy kits. And I sewed around it, fancy stitch, and I popped some burlap on the back, and I used the bits that I've frayed off and just made a little bow just here. The lace came from a deceased estate. It's quite old. It's very soft. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'd say it's a few years old. Bit of doily, and I found this leafy gold in an op shop as well. Bit of stamping, and I lightly gesso a little bit. I don't think you can even see it, but I just like the effect of it. And then on here, you can see the colour of the pages here come out really cool. I've done this a long time ago, so I don't even know what I used, but I think I've put all these colours together, and voila. A bit of stamping, made a little tuck spot just here. And this is actually a journal card, woohoo, from an op shop, of course. Another one, little magazine cutout. And I've just glued some, I was going to sew this on, but I decided to glue some old book paper on there as well. Next page, this is actually from a docket book. It's pretty aged, so I thought that would be appropriate. We've got a few pages to journal on, and this sort of little fabric flip just keeps it down a little bit. Again, I used snippets of lace to sort of correspond with the little tuck spot on the other end. This is attached to a brown paper bag, and to make it a bit more sturdy. And you just open it up, and I've popped in a tag in there. And I've actually lined the bag with another photo, and it's off a dressing table set. How appropriate, because I've got the perfume bottles just here, and I've sewed some ledger paper on the back. And just on here, and you open it up. And on this side, I just love this paper, and I thought, I'm just going to leave it and just put it on there. It looks pretty cool. But what I did do is I made a little hidden little envelope spot there. Now, the little envelope was inspiration from Christina from Heavenly Imaginings. She sent me some templates, so I've made quite a few of these. And there you go. And I've used a little of an old envelope, the window, and a little snippet of a little book, Times Past. And on it, I've actually attached some really old, fragile book papers. You might want to, write a secret message in that one. And I won't try to attempt to close it. It's going to take too long a time. This side here, I've actually attached a great envelope that sort of matched the brown paper bag. Popped on another image. This is off a top, which is just beautiful gold sort of lace. Open it up, and the envelope is attached to the bag, and the bag is attached to the page, so there's no tuck spots. It would just make it too heavy. This is often out of an original magazine. I don't photocopy or scan them. I feel that, you know, if you're going to make a project, you want something that's original. There's always so many things out there, so that's my take on it anyway. And otherwise, I'm going to have so many things in my room. It's just, it's just too much. So I don't mind sharing. That's what it's all about. Popped it on some book page, and then I had some of that nice lace, coffee dyed lace left. Just little bits, snippets of fabric just on the bottom there, and some burlap string. The envelope itself, I just stamped. It's a doily, and I've made this, had this beautiful image out of the magazine as well. I'll just put here, and I've actually attached that to these beautiful round piece of cardstock. Well, one would think so. I don't have a punch, so I use the lids of the Cornetto drumsticks ice cream, so you need to know what I like to eat. I've got an original journal card on here, so you can use that as well. And just close that up. Close that up. And the page, I've just stamped the corners on here, and I used some really great trim to set it all off. So I hope you like my entry, and it'll get posted next week because it's the weekend now. So everyone, I'm going to leave Irene's link down below, and you know what you've got to do. Happy crafting. Bye for now.